Beachmont Players, Anderson's resident theater company, is presenting the musical Annie, August 2nd through the 11th at Anderson Center Theater on 5 Mile Road. Annie is a spunky Depression-era orphan determined to find her parents who abandoned her years ago on the doorstep of a New York City orphanage run by the cruel Miss Hannigan. In adventure after fun-filled adventure, Annie foils Miss Hannigan's evil machinations, befriends President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and finds a new family and home with billionaire Daddy Warbucks. The leading players in our show are Chuck Ingram as Daddy Warbucks, Kaitlin Lory as his secretary, Grace Farrell, and, of course, Claire Northcutt as Annie. Chuck, tell me, where have Cincinnati audiences maybe seen you before?
I've done work at the Anderson Town Center with Briaby Productions and did a couple of comedies with them, both Moon Over Buffalo and Rumors. But then I've also had to do some with Cincinnati Music Theater and with Footlighters, different roles in musicals. Most recently was Mayor Shin in The Music Man, which was an awful lot of fun, great character role there. And I also got a chance to play in Footloose for Footlighters.
Oh, great. I understand you've been carrying on with the show's director. You want to tell us a little about that?
No, I guess you could put it that way. Yes, indeed. Liz Ingram is the director, and she also has been my wife of 27 plus years.
What's your favorite part of the show?
Oh, that is tough. I like a lot of the musical numbers, but I think I have to say that it's going to be the building of a relationship between Daddy Warbucks and Annie. Kind of starts off in the show and he's this hard, gruff kind of character who really doesn't care. And by the time you get to the end of it, there's some pretty touching moments between the two of them before all is said and done.
We'll look forward to seeing those. Kaitlin, where might Cincinnati audiences have seen you before?
Well, I just finished up a production of Legally Blonde the musical that performed up in Franklin, Ohio. And before that, I did a couple shows with Tri-County Players in Sharonville.
What has impressed you most about this production of Annie since you started rehearsing?
These kids who are just amazing. I walked into rehearsal the first day, they were working on Hard Knock Life, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be amazing. So I think that's been the most surprising part. You don't expect such great caliber of performers from community theater.
So Kaitlin, what's your favorite part of the show?
I think my favorite part of the show would have to be at the end where Daddy Warbucks and Annie and Grace kind of come together as a family unit. I think it's really wonderful and heartwarming to have all of this mishmash of, you know, he's a billionaire and she's an orphan and Grace is the secretary, and all of a sudden they're this little family unit, and I think that's just so great.
Claire, where have you been on stage before that Cincinnati audiences might have seen you?
I have been in CC and prep shows, and I have been with the Mason Children's Theater, and I did Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Cats, and Camp Rock.
Claire, the rumor is that you tried out for the National Company of Annie, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And how did you do?
I made it to the top 21 out of 5,000 girls that tried out from like all over the country.
Wow. You've got the iconic song in this show. Let's give our listeners a sample. What's your favorite part of the show?
All of it.
As Annie, you meet President Roosevelt in this show. What do you think of him?
I think he's pretty awesome, and he's really nice, and he is very caring and helpful to people.
Excellent. I agree completely. Thank you. Come and see this very talented cast in the family-friendly musical August 2nd through the 11th at the Anderson Center Theater, 7850 5 Mile Road. For more information, you can call 233-2468 or come to beachmontplayers.org, where you can also learn about our October show, The Passion of Dracula, a surprisingly funny take on this classic vampire tale. For Beachmont Players, this is Steve Phelan saying thank you for listening.